There is a saying that friendship is not the dominant factor in social relationships, but fashion, interest, or boredom. In fact, in everyone's life, friends are indispensable, and having a few close friends is also a precious thing. But you must also admit that most social relationships and most personal relationships only bring boredom and annoyance. Maintaining relationships only makes your time, spirit, emotions, and psychology become complicated. Instead, really save your time and energy so that you can have a quiet life, relax, and comfortably do what you need. Sometimes we have to respect the influence of time and change. In fact, as we grow up, we gradually realize that having more friends is not a good thing, but makes life more tiring. Because when you think that the more friends you have, the more exciting your life will be, the more promising your work and career will be, then it is very likely that your energy will be scattered, your time will be divided, and in the end, most of your time will be occupied by others. A truly intelligent person will never let friends or anyone else occupy their time, wasting their energy. People who live better and better are often proactive in screening and timely reevaluating relationships. They will try to rely on themselves for everything, not set too high expectations for the outside world, and have no illusions about human nature. As the saying goes, one friend is good, two is too many, three is a bit too much. Having few friends, for someone who has truly entered society, is actually a blessing, because you can keep more time for yourself, save more energy to be able to relax and freely do the things you like. A writer shared that many years of living alone had chaotic days, a little regretful, even difficult, but it washed away innocence, calmed himself, enhanced his experience, made everything lighter and more peaceful. In fact, having fewer friends does not affect the quality of your life, but on the contrary, it can improve the quality of your life. Just like a person with a truly mature mind will definitely love solitude more and more. And in the process of solitude, they truly understand that whether it is with people or things, quality is always more important than quantity. As the saying goes, solitude in the snow is better than confusion in the crowd. If a person wants to join too many groups, too many circles, sooner or later he will find that his time and energy are not enough. Many times, people join other groups not to pursue progress, not to achieve each other, but to dispel loneliness. Such people think that being in a lively crowd can dispel loneliness and confusion. But in reality, the more groups you join and the more meetings you attend, the easier it is to lose your mind in depression. Although it seems like you have more and more friends, in fact, you are becoming more and more empty inside. Always remember, friends are not the more the better, but the more high-quality friends the better. If the opposite is true, then your life will not be good. Friends are a friendly relationship built on the foundation of similar fate. When fate is no longer similar, no matter how strong a friendship is, it will fade and break. Between people, between friends, there is always a complexity of humanity. Many times we think that feelings will never change, think that the relationship is solid, the friendship is strong. But when faced with benefits and reality, we only see helplessness and indifference. We must learn to let go of those fragile relationships and feelings. Only then will we not be damaged, entangled, or hurt. There is a saying that is very true. Childhood friends are like clothes that you wear when you are young. When you grow up, it is not that you do not want to wear them, but that you cannot wear them anymore. We all have this feeling that there are moments in life. The most beautiful thing is to have a few friends whose minds and souls are upright, honest, sincere, and trustworthy. But that does not mean that everyone we meet is worth making friends with or calling a friend. In fact, over time, we realize the complexity of human nature and the change of human hearts, and feel that the more we interact with people and communicate with people, the more tired we are. It can even be said that when we reach a certain age, we will increasingly find that only relying on ourselves is truly trustworthy. So, instead of spending most of our time and energy on making friends, learn to let go, don't force yourself, don't think too much, but instead spend time understanding yourself, doing what you can and doing your best. Finally, remember yourself. We will definitely live better. 2. When your friends are getting fewer and fewer, you may be quietly getting better. Have you ever experienced a period when the friends around you gradually leave, making you feel confused, tired, and even doubting yourself? Actually, there is no need to worry because it proves that you are quietly getting better. As the saying goes, the higher you go, the fewer friends you have because those who go up are always few. A wolf walks alone. A goat gathers together to become a bullet. Solitude is the path that the strong must take. In life, there are people who are afraid of being isolated, of being shunned, so they force themselves into circles that they do not really like, say unnatural words, do things that are against themselves, try to please others in exchange for superficial friendships. There are also people who mistakenly think that having more friends makes the path easier, spending all their time and energy cultivating social relationships. Every day trying to please, skillfully turning between many sides, thinking that after a few drinking sessions they can build a network of relationships. But the effort is worthless. Not only does it not help you gain recognition or build strong relationships, but it also drains your spirit. Patience to please others will not bring true friends, and success or failure in life is never measured by the number of friends. A person's awakening begins with actively distancing himself from low-quality social relationships. There was a writer who, when he first started working, quickly integrated into a small group. He often attended meaningless gatherings, listening to people brag about how much they spent on clothes today, boasting about flashy achievements or relationships with big bosses. Sometimes he would join in on the vulgar jokes and get himself sucked into a meaningless life. Sometimes he thought he had a lot of friends. Until one day, when he woke up drunk in the middle of the night with a pounding headache, looking up at the dark ceiling, he suddenly felt extremely empty. The manuscripts containing his dream path lay on the table for 3 years without any progress. He realized that he could not continue living like that. From then on, he stopped attending any meaningless gatherings and devoted all his energy to reading, writing, and improving himself. When he was away from the crowd, his true feelings gradually returned. Soon after, his book was published, receiving love and support from many readers. He exclaimed that, having fewer friends, I became a better person. There is a saying that a person's soul can only see its own purity and brilliance in solitude. From there, enjoy the beauty and vitality of life. Only when you leave behind the frivolous noise can you listen to the truest voice of your heart. Only when you are no longer addicted to calling friends to hang out, you will have more time to focus on the things you really love. Solitude is the period of growth of a person's best value. So do not be addicted to fake relationships. Don't care about other people's eyes. Get rid of ineffective relationships. Focus your time and energy on self-development. Change will come naturally. Recently, a childhood friend called me to say he would come to my city this weekend and conveniently asked me to have dinner. I was filled with excitement. Memories of the past when we studied, played, and struggled together, waiting for the day we would meet again to share our feelings. However, the scene after the meeting was completely unexpected. The atmosphere at the dining table was extremely awkward. One talks about poetry and distant horizons while the other only talks about money and famous brands. One talks about customs and interesting things outside the house, while the other only talks about children and housework. When I know that outside of work, I spend time reading books and writing likes. She laughed mockingly. Haven't you studied enough? Although we both tried to find a common topic, all efforts were in vain. A sad voice echoed in my head. We lost each other. I felt sad when I saw her off. A friend asked me why I had become better, but my friends were getting fewer and fewer. I explained that this was normal. Just like running, when you run faster, your previous companions will naturally fall behind. The process of growing up is also the process of renewing the social circle. If two people do not walk in step with each other, they are destined to grow further apart. Therefore, many times you and your friends drift apart, not because you are not good enough, but because you no longer belong to the same circle. I once read a famous story about a broken screen that said that during the Eastern Han Dynasty, Guan Ning and Xin were once close classmates. However, over time, the differences between the two gradually became clear. Guan Ning lived a simple life, focusing on pursuing the teachings of the sages. Xian was immersed in fame and fortune, gradually losing his true self. Once, while working in the fields, they both happened to see a gold bar. Guan was not moved at all while Xian quickly picked it up and put it in his pocket. Another time, while they were reading a book together, a loose carriage passed by. Xian immediately put down his book and went outside to read, but Guan still didn't care. After those two incidents, Guan cut the mat in half and sat far away from Xian, saying, "You are no longer my friend." There is a very good saying, growing up is constantly saying goodbye. Life is a journey of constant loss and gain. We gradually eliminate those who are no longer in tune and meet new people who are truly on the same wavelength. Only those who are on the same frequency can resonate. Only those who are on the same path can accompany you. The road to success is inherently a lonely journey. Therefore, when you realize that the number of friends around you is decreasing, do not be upset or disappointed. That may be a subtle signal that you are entering a better quality of life. Remember that it is not necessary to invite too many people into your life, because they will only make your life cramped and deceitful. Just like a big tree, if there are too many side branches, the energy of the tree will be dispersed, making the main trunk unable to focus on growing and growing. Only by pruning away the excess branches and leaves will the tree have enough nutrients to nurture itself and become a strong, ancient tree. You will realize that the more outstanding people often have a more daring circle of relationships. People who know how to narrow their circle of relationships do so not because they have become cold, but because they have become more alert. Having fewer friends is not because you are isolated. It is a proactive choice because wisdom in life is filtering out the unimportant things and keeping what is truly valuable. Where you invest your time, there the fruit of success will bloom. Truly intelligent people always proactively reduce their circle of relationships. Losing friends is sometimes a good thing because not everyone is worth making friends with and not every party is worth joining. When you focus on your goals and regain your focus in life, you will realize that you become more valuable and stronger even in isolation. Don't be afraid of isolation because it is the latter that helps you upgrade your life. If you agree with me, please like and share the video to more people to spread profound philosophies of life. See you in the next video.